Welcome to the second episode of our free talk series, an EduRamp initiative to introduce as many people as possible to join new technologies and concepts. Once again, we will be taking a deep in the ocean of NLP with our licensed trainer come coach, Mr. Amit Patak. Amit Patak is a 24 years experienced licensed NLP trainer with the high success rate. He has clients from 18 countries, from corporate CXOs to individual of all age and demographic type. He has been successful in dealing with all kinds of mental, emotional, behavioral issues and has delivered licensed NLP sessions globally. Amit sir, over to you now. Please take it ahead.
Yes, hello, good morning, Yashvi, good morning, EduRamp team, and good morning to all the participants. So nice to see you all on a beautiful Saturday morning. And yeah, it would be a pleasure to share the immense wealth of knowledge that NLP brings to all of us and how it can transform our life. Just want to check. I guess we have uh, so Samrat, Ketan, Parag, and Sagar. Am I right? They are there on this meeting. Just wanted to check, on the awareness of NLP and how much do you know about NLP? So, uh, Parag, Sagar, if you wish to just give us a quick idea. Maybe you can unmute, or if you cannot, then just type on the chat window whether you are familiar with NLP or is this your first time trying to figure out what NLP is. It will help me to structure my conversation accordingly to what level and depth should I go into as I get into this conversation. So, Parag, you're saying basic knowledge of NLP. Sagar, what about you? I have heard about it before and attended some awareness session. All right, great. So, first of all, I want to say to both of you that congratulations. You have an idea about NLP, and that's a great start because when we start, everything starts with just a small seed of an idea, and then you never know where that takes us and how that starts developing into uh, a journey of personal transformation and excellence at a time when we never expected or we never imagined. I have, from my experience, realized, and from the experience of the hundreds of clients that I normally work with, I have realized that uh, you know the most critical turning points in our life come at a time when we least expect them, and they just come so innocently and so silently into our life that we don't even recognize that this is that turning point. Or sometimes it just stays, we learn something, and then it just stays with us for years without acting. It's like a seed which has gone into a soil, and then for years it just stays like a banyan tree, or sorry, a bamboo tree seed. You put it in the soil and then it stays there for years, 5 years, 6 years, before the first little shoot starts popping out from the soil. And from there on it starts growing so fast that in just a year it is like a tall bamboo tree. So sometimes, things that we learn and we keep it somewhere at the back of our mind, and not realizing that maybe 2 years, 3 years, 5 years later, suddenly it will come back and start making big changes in our life. The idea is, how keen are you to transform yourself to make that magic happen in your life? And when that keenness reaches a threshold, it reaches a point, that's when that transformation begins to happen The opportunities suddenly appear in front of us, and we begin to experience that magic. It happened with me. It has happened with hundreds and hundreds of people I know, and someday it happens to all of us. All right. So having said that, let me start with a small. I've got a slide deck. Let me start with a small walkthrough of what is NLP, how it brings value, why I feel that it is one of the best magics that you could ever experience. And of course, grabbing that magic and making the best of it is up to you, correct? Um, Things come in our life. We decide whether we want to grab it at that time or, you know, eh, whether you would like to leave it. Yesterday, on a side note, I read a very beautiful statement on the wall of one of the organizations. It's a social service organization. And there was a very beautiful statement that was written on the wall. And it said, "You are meant to be here at this point in time because that's what was supposed to happen today." Maybe that's what's happening for you. Sure. Now let me not talk too much and share my slide deck. So share and feel free to intervene, ask any questions. I have been in the field of psychology, coaching, counseling, and therapy for over 24, 25 years now. I will not take too long of your time explaining my background, but I will just like to say a few things. When I got into this field, nobody in India had even heard about it. I happened to just come across NLP by chance. So that's what I like to say to all of you, that opportunities sometimes come in our life so silently that we may miss them, we may ignore them. Luckily for me, I did not ignore when I got a chance to attend some program where somebody was showing some method and saying that this comes from a science called neurolinguistics programming. And if you try it, it can bring magic in your life. I tried it, it transformed my life, and I got hooked to NLP. And once I got hooked to NLP, my fascination for this field and this science began to grow. I began to experience not only personal major transformations, but I also began to bring big transformations in others. I come from a corporate background. I work in some very large organizations, and there, just using NLP helped me grow faster, grow farther, take on leadership roles, and achieve some amazing results at work. So, if you thought NLP psychology works only for, let's say, fears or depressions or anxiety or anger, then I would like to say that you are probably misled. It has amazing, amazing results in the corporate world as well. And then I started dabbling into newer areas of psychology, and I started developing my own methods, my own techniques, my own systems for mental transformation. And that what I would call as pure research in the field of psychology. For example, I have developed a concept called motivation triangle, which is now widely adopted by lots of psychologists and corporates to understand what motivates people to work. And just like a doctor can diagnose what's going wrong with you in your body by looking at the symptoms, in the same way, using this concept of motivational triangle, a, a leader in an organization can actually find out why the team is not motivated enough, what needs to change, and in what place and in what manner for the motivational systems to once again come up and get somebody motivated. If you are someone who is struggling with motivation, then this concept helps you to decode why is that so in this motivational triangle concept and figure out what needs to happen or change for you to get motivated. I am a licensed NLP trainer. Now, you might come across, and I would really encourage you to search on Google NLP trainers. You will come across hundreds of NLP trainers right now, but you will hardly come across a licensed NLP trainer. Officially licensed, authorized NLP trainers are very few in India. I am one of them. There are just 3 or 4 of them. And it's a very, very valuable and a very, very prestigious uh, thing to be a licensed NLP trainer. It to you, in simple terms, it means this is an authenticated, authorized NLP trainer. I am an author of numerous articles and books. If you see on the left side of the screen, this was my first book, The Turning Point. And as you can see in the top side of the book, which is written in red, the theme of the book is what drives people to step out of their comfort zone and achieve success. 98% of people are stuck in their career or in their life because they stay in their comfort zone. They may not even know it. But when you start answering questions like, why should I take all that new trouble? What if things go wrong? What if I fail? What if my friends laugh at me and criticize me? What if I don't get the support which I need for whatever I knew I wish to do? Then these questions are actually indicators that you are living in a comfort zone. Now, getting out of your comfort zone is where the big success, the big wins of life are located. But it is not easy to come out of your comfort zone. It's a very difficult and very challenging process, right? And that's what this book is talking about, the step by step process, how to come out of your comfort zone and achieve success. I have also written another book subsequently, which is a research book called the ACT model. This is, if you can see on the lower corner of the book, it is an alternative method for mapping your mind and approach to psychotherapy. As you can understand from this description, it's a pure psychotherapy oriented book where we work on numerous mental, emotional, behavioral issues like fear, anger, depression, unable to take decisions, unable to convert decisions into actions, procrastination, worry, stress, and many, many, many more such issues that all of us face, and how to come out of that, which is based on my research on, and that is what it is called as the ACT model. Of, I have featured on many TV shows where people have invited me to talk on various topics. So, those of you who come from a corporate background, and if you are thinking, hey, does NLP really help from the corporate world? And I want to tell you, I do more conversations, more talks, and I have more clients at CXO level in corporates wanting to use NLP for their own personal performance improvement as well as for the organizational performance improvement. So I call myself as a mental fitness coach, and I work on lots of things, right? Building better sales, improving hiring and retentions of your team, and eventually helping you achieve your goals. So, this is my background. This is what I bring on the table. Now, I have a question. Okay, what brings you to get curious about NLP? Since both of you said that you have read about NLP, got a little bit of knowledge, but now you are here again. And as I said just few minutes back, you are here because you are meant to be. So what brings you here? If you can give me a quick idea. Okay, Sagar, just wanted to learn and refresh. All right. Parag, what do you think? What brings you here? And what got you interested in NLP? And I'll tell you something about your comment, Sagar, just so that it helps you. But I thought let me just check with Parag if you wish to type something and let us know anything specific that you are looking for from NLP. Yeah, Parag, let us know. I think you are typing something. I'll give it a pause. Right. Now, I wanted to explore NLP topic and check how it can help me achieve my goals. Now, I'd like to tell you both something very important, and this has got nothing to do with NLP as such. It has got to do with learning in general. Okay. Any learning that we do, and that doesn't just mean you, it means me. Any learning that you do without a ambition, without a goal, without a clear idea about how and where you will apply it, that learning will be casual learning and it will just get forgotten quickly. And I'm not just going to say it for NLP. I will just take an example of any other area. Let's say you are watching videos about how to drive. Okay. And you watch video after video how to drive. And somebody shows you the entire process step by step. Somebody even tells you what to expect, what not to expect, etc. How easy it is, how difficult it is. Great. You will have learned a lot. But let me assure you, the day when you decide to drive a car, and then if you start watching those videos again, your focus and your grasp of that learning will be 10 times more. Why? Because you are always thinking, tomorrow when I sit inside that car, and you will have a visual of your own car, and then you are trying to connect to whatever that teacher is teaching to how you are going to do it. Okay, because now it has become real. Now it has become important. Similarly, I'll tell you example of my own home. You know, my children were planning to apply for a driving license, and 3 months back they read what kind of questions will come up, and they forgot everything. But when the actual exam came and they had to go tomorrow to give an exam, and when they started reading, then their reading and the focus and their retention was much more. And that's the normal law of learning. Learning, when you have a clear idea how, where, and when you are going to apply it, is always much richer, much more elaborate than learning that is meant just for the sake of curiosity. Both are good, okay, but the retention, the energy, the focus, and the benefit, they can only happen when you know where, how, in what way you are going to apply it. So, what I would ask you both and all of you to do here is that when you are going to learn whatever we are going to learn today, start thinking, in what area of my life will this be applicable? How will I apply it? And therefore, what can I expect as a benefit out of it. When there is a purpose, then there is a motivation to achieve it. When there is a motivation, then there is a curiosity to upskill, develop our skills. And when there is a upskilling required, that's when we start learning with much more vigor and interest. Okay. So it's a line. Okay. It doesn't start with learning. It actually starts with purpose. You have to have a purpose that should be motivating enough. The purpose creates the energy to become curious, and that curiosity creates a learning. Right? So think about it as we continue. Now, I have got from my experiences, plenty of people who talk to me, and they actually say, just give me a second. I'm trying to share. Yeah, and they tell me what are the reasons they come to learn NLP. So I have put my own reasons. Some people come to learn NLP because of the basic raw need to make more money. Now, making more money can be either in the form of an alternate career that can help them add extra pocket money. In English language, we also call it as side hustle. And there are many people I know who are actually using NLP as a side hustle, and they are earning as much as 4 lakh rupees a month or 48 lakh rupees in a year. Okay, just as a side hustle. Many people want to make money by getting better promotions, getting a better job, getting a better role in their organizations. So that doesn't just bring money, it brings better name, better responsibilities, better connections, better networking, and all of that. Now, these are like, your personal benefits. But then there are many people who learn NLP for others. They like to help others. There is a big thrill, there is a big excitement, there is a big satisfaction when you can make some big changes in somebody's life. If that is your goal, then that would also be a motivator or a purpose that can bring you into the world of NLP. Many people learn NLP because of their kids. Kids are our heart, kids are our life. And watching our kid become successful, become better, become more bold, more open, more energetic is a matter of immense joy. And NLP has methods and techniques to help that. Some people are just unhappy with their life. Thing is working out. Maybe relationship issues, maybe health issues, suffering from depression, or have some bad habits. NLP can help you come out of all of this. And if by the grace of God, and I hope that is the case, if you have everything going nice and good for you, then how about just transforming your personality? How about becoming more charismatic? How about becoming the magnet of everybody's attention and everybody coming to you and wanting to connect with you? If that is something that appeals to you, let me promise you, NLP definitely brings that big change in anybody's life. Okay, and I have many case studies, references of this type, right? So, what is NLP? Let's just dive straight into it. Since you have already got some background about NLP, I will keep it very simple. I could have spent half a day telling you what is NLP, but I will just say it is a simple science which can help you to read people, influence people, and reprogram their mind, right? So, read people means you can actually read their personalities very powerfully. Influence people means Now that you have read their personalities, you can actually start influencing them, start helping them go in the direction in which you want them to go. And reprogramming the mind is actually like you really switch off those aspects of their life which are not giving them healthy results, and switch on those aspects of their life which will help them become better and more productive. Now, why NLP is so popular? There are so many sciences, right, in this area, and you might have already heard or read about them. Then why is NLP very popular? It's popular because of certain things that NLP brings that no other science brings. First, the results are instant and long lasting. I I like to stay away from the word permanent because nothing is permanent and we all know that, right? Things change in our life. Things that were good can suddenly turn not so good, and therefore it can create issues in our life. So nothing is permanent. However, NLP's techniques bring long lasting results. It can go on until something shifts in your life, and therefore, maybe you might have to go back again. And the effect or the results are instant. That means in literally 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you can actually get somebody out of a fear, a negative thought, or in 20 minutes, get somebody out of any unwanted habits, right? In half an hour, you can create a leadership mindset in somebody. So it has so many different quick wins and quick advantages. So where can it be used? Obviously, personal coaching is one of the areas. Second, in business, in leadership, in sales, in corporate networking. It also has applications in sports. I personally work with many sports people. It has applications in education and, of course, medical areas, right? Now, if you look at the last bullet, this is the most fascinating one. In all these different transformations that we are talking about, no, there is no need to share any information about the problem. There is no need to share any information about what is exactly the issue that a person is going through. So now just imagine how valuable this becomes, right? Because most of the traditional systems will normally say, okay, tell me what is your problem, and then go deeper and dig deeper into it. And then there is a point where people are not comfortable sharing so much of information. And then that results in a disconnect. Not only that, it takes so much of time asking so much information. But what if there is no need to share any information? How fast, how clean, how comfortable this entire experience gets for that person and for both the sides, right? You can apply it in business. You are a leader, for example, and you have a team member who's feeling low. You can use certain NLP methods to just bring a shift in their mind without actually probing deeper into what is making that person low. Now, obviously, if you are comfortable asking, you can always ask. But my point is, if you don't have that rapport, then you don't have to ask, and you can still bring that big transformation in their life. Now that imagine just that how valuable that gets into their productivity, into your productivity, into the business benefits that come because of a very happy person working in your organization. There is even a company in Bangalore with the name Happy Minds, right? See how the name has been thought, Happy Minds, right? If the people are happy, then the whole company is happy. If the company is happy, then the customers are happy. If the customers are happy, then the business is great. All of this is interlinked and it comes down to one person and their mindset. Hope you understand the power of the people in the organization, right? So let me go deeper. So now what is NLP made up of? NLP is a cocktail. It is made up of numerous different sciences. On one side, there is psychology, how the mind works. What are the causes that are triggering our current behaviors? What are our experiences of life, good and bad? And all of that put together is the psychology. It has linguistics, which is essentially about how your language is a reflection of your internal programming and internal thoughts. So, whenever you read somebody's language, it gives away a whole lot of information about them. And that information can help you to understand that person, to decode their personality, to understand what will motivate them, what will make them angry, how to give them information so that they can connect to it and they will be a part of your team. Secondly, if you know now that language is a reflection of what's going on in the mind, then by the same token, altering your language, changing your language, changing the choice of your words will automatically change your thought patterns, change the way you think about situations and their effect on you. And obviously, it will change your mood, your motivations, and your energy levels. So, playing with language not only helps us read somebody's mind, but also program their mind. And NLP, as you can see, NLP, L stands for linguistics. So, linguistics is the central focus of NLP. But it is not just language. As you can see on this picture, it includes hypnosis. There are so many powerful hypnosis components into NLP. Now, you might think that hypnosis is what we see on TV, which is somebody closing their eyes, falling into sleep, etc. Let me tell you, that is not just the only version of hypnosis. Hypnosis also is possible in an open eye, fully awake state by taking control of somebody's mind and installing information inside their mind without their awareness. That is known as conversational hypnosis. You will often find, for example, if you are watching the speech of a political leader or a religious leader or some very big guru, and as they are talking, the whole audience is getting completely influenced by that talk. And whatever that leader is saying, the whole audience wants to adopt it, embrace it, take it in, and do it. While all of this is happening, none of the people are sleeping. They are all fully awake. They are actually nodding their head and they are actually in that flow of what that leader is talking. And at the end of that talk, they are willing to do whatever that leader has told them to do. That is conversational hypnosis. And how to build that capability is what NLP teaches you. And of course, there are many other techniques as you can see on the screen. The Feldenkrais body mind connection, which is about how to play with your body to program your mind. The provocative therapy, which is all about how to trigger somebody, how to provoke somebody so that they deliver their best performance. If you are a manager or if you are a leader, then you might have come across situations where when you provoke one of your team members that you can't do this, that's when they actually get excited just to prove you wrong that they can do it and then they get that energy, that focus to do that task. How to create that provocation to a point where somebody will just do that task no matter what. How to channelize their anger, how to channelize their frustration to generate powerful results is what provocative therapy is all about. And that is again a component of NLP. Why is this valuable? See, there are many people we know who are usually high energy people. They are always on the edge. They are always just one step short of getting angry. They are always impatient. Now you don't have to slow them down. You can just leverage that energy, that anger, using NLP techniques to take them into a direction of powerful results. That is again what NLP brings on the table. So I'll take again a small pause and I will check if anybody wants to say something, ask something, share something, anything that you wish to comment. Uh, you know, Parag, Sagar, anyone wants to mention something, I'll be very happy to uh, take on any questions, queries, or any information. Yeah, anyone? If you don't have anything, you can write no. Yeah, Sagar, I'm good so far. Thank you. Yeah, Parag, what about you? No questions. Great. Let me then continue by sharing my screen. Right. So, so then what are the applications? Many people ask me, so NLP, what are the applications? And I like to say, look, on one side, NLP has applications in your health. It can bring massive personal change. It can remove your fears, phobia, trauma, anxiety, bad habits, health issues, relationship issues. But you know what? Everything that you are, everything that you are going through is also linked, connected, driving your business. And everything that is happening in your business is also linked, connected, and driving your health. So when you look at business applications, in HR, in sales, in leadership, right, in education or sports or as an entrepreneur, you will see that it has NLP has huge number of applications. And anything that happens there, let's say as a salesperson, if you are getting a big deal, a big order, or as a leader, you are able to get a great result for your organization or for your team or your department. It will now get connected to your personal change. It will help you change your mood. It will help you change your anxiety or stress. It will help you change your happiness levels, right? And all of that has impact on your personal transformation and health. So at the center of this is you. You are the actor. You are the actor that is driving your professional life, and you are the actor that is driving your personal life. And who is you? You are no more, no less than your mental strength, your mental energy, and everything that is happening inside your head. So, if that is not in your control, if that is not giving you your best results, then you will see its impact in your professional life as well as your personal life. Everywhere, it's your mind which is giving you what you are getting. And if you don't control your mind, then someone else is controlling your mind. That someone else is someone outside you, your circumstances, your situations, and whatever is happening around you. That is controlling your mind. So, what would you prefer? Would you prefer to be in control of your mind, or would you prefer circumstances and others being in control of your mind? Now, you decide. Obviously, I know what your answer is, and you also know what your answer is. The question is, what are you doing to work on that answer? आंसर तो सबको पता है, काम क्या कर रहे हो उसके लिए. I got muted. Can you hear me, everyone? Right. I don't know at what point I got muted. Yashvi, I hope I was not muted for all this time. Uh, so, uh, what all can NLP do? Let me show you a quick demo. So, what I want you to do is, I want you to close your eyes. Okay, just close your eyes and think of a goal, any goal that comes to your mind, which is important for you. Okay, think of a goal that is really, really important for you. Okay, what is important for you in the future, in the near future? What kind of a goal are you going after? Okay. Now, if you have thought of that goal, I want you to just notice what is the very first sentence that is coming in your mind in connection with that goal. What is the first sentence coming in your mind in connection with the goal? Now, whatever that first sentence is, just note it down somewhere. Either note it down on a piece of paper or note it down on your mobile phone. Write a WhatsApp message to yourself with that sentence. And let me know once you are done. Okay. Parag, Sagar, Samrat, Ketan. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up once you are done. Okay. Great. So now, without telling me about that goal itself, cover that goal with the word XYZ. Okay. Without telling me about that goal itself, write down that sentence on the chat window. Okay. So, for example, if my goal was I want to make 50 lakh rupees by the end of the year, then you can write I want to make XYZ rupees by the end of the year. Okay. So whatever sentence you got, write down in the chat window without telling me the exact details of the goal. Now, let me analyze and take a guess on your sentences and the language that you have put in the sentences. All right. So, Sagar, you are writing my own big XYZ in the next 2 years. Now, uh, from the sentence and assuming this is exactly the sentence that came to your mind, okay, and you have written to me exactly verbatim like that, I can tell you here that the first thing that I'm noticing here is there is an ownership issue. Okay. Are you fully owning this outcome? Do you have everything in control and the entire steps and the entire mechanism that will help you to achieve it? My sense is I doubt. Perhaps somewhere the ownership of this goal is not fully there with you. Okay. You have the big blocks. Perhaps you have a vision, but that vision lacks lot of specific details. There is also a sense of not able to take clear, concrete actions. I might not be surprised if you are also procrastinating on some of the aspects associated with this goal. So, lack of clarity, fuzzy clarity, let me put it that way, lack of ownership or fuzzy ownership, not so clear ownership, not having enough drive and actions happening on the ground associated with this goal, although there is a huge desire. I can sense here that the desire for this goal is pretty strong. All right. Um, you have got a high level, you know, picture, building blocks, stuff like that. There is one more thing that might be happening with you, Sagar, and which is not not so comfortable asking for help from outside. It is like, मुझे ही करना है और मैं ही करूँगा. I will find a way and I will drive it. Not that I'm saying it is good or bad, but going out and asking others, can you help me? Can you join me? Might not be your personality or your nature. It's more like, you know, मैं खुद करूँगा kind of thing. So that could also be one of the reasons why things may not be going so fast for you or the way you want to. Let me know how much of this happens to be the way it is, Sagar. While I look at Samrat, I want to clear an international exam, right? So here's again what I want to say to you, Samrat, is yeah, Sagar, you're saying you hit the nail. Thank you very much, Sagar. And just for the record, we don't know each other. I have never met you, right? So I haven't even seen you. But this is something that is evident from your statement. Now, this is what I meant when I said NLP can help you read people very clearly and very, very nicely. Samrat, you said that I want to clear an international exam. Again, here, what I would like to say is ownership is there. You know what needs to be done. You know how much effort this will take. What are the steps involved? There is a huge desire also that, boss, this has to be done. There is a passion, okay, and desire. When there is a passion and desire, there is a huge feeling of accomplishment when we achieve it. However, what I can sense here is lack of actions. Actions may not be happening as much as your desire and your dream is wanting you to move. There could be distractions that are constantly taking away your energy, taking away your time, and taking away your intent to go after this. As you can very clearly see here, the timeline is not mentioned in your sentence, which clearly means that it's a floating goal. It's a desire. It's a huge ambition. Okay. Actions are not happening because of distractions, and the timeline is also not very clear to you how much or when it will happen. Although in your mind consciously you may be saying, well, I'll do it in 6 months or 1 year or whatever. Somewhere you yourself are not very sure whether that timeline is practical or realistic. And so it's a floating timeline. This must be on your mind for at least 1.5 to 2 years now. So let us know, Samrat, how much of this happens to be the way it is. Okay. Now let's take Parag. Now, if you see Parag's sentence, it is very similar to Samrat's sentence. Samrat says, I want to clear an international exam. Parag says, I want to achieve XYZ. But what is the difference? Parag has put a timeline in next 3 years, right? So, do you see the distinction between the two sentences of Samrat and Parag versus the similarities as well? So, since there are similarities, I would like to say something similar to Parag, that there is a desire, okay, there is a passion, there is there is a hunger to achieve that XYZ. Okay, there is a ownership as well. Okay, you can you want to own it and you want to drive it. Okay, you are not dependent on others. You know that you are the only person who will be able to get cracking on this. Okay, and there is a sense of timeline also, that I want to do it in this kind of a time frame. Areas of improvement, same as some points that I mentioned to Samrat. Procrastination. Procrastination is holding you back. Procrastination is the other word for distractions. Distractions means there are many other things that are taking your energies away from this goal, and you know that boss, I need to focus on this, but something or the other keeps coming up, and that is pushing you out of this actions. Actions are happening much slower than how you would like them to happen. Okay, because the desire is very high, so the ownership is high, you know only you can do it. Okay, only you have to action it, but there is procrastination. All right. Now, I can also tell you from your sentence that there are certain dependencies which are very critical for you in achieving this XYZ. And those dependencies are, when they will get resolved or happen, sorted out, are not yet clear to you. And that is why, things are moving in a start stop way. So you are starting, moving, stopping, starting, moving, stopping. Things are happening in phases, so to say. So, Parag, let us know how much of this happens to be the way it is. Yeah, Parag, there you go. See, so I could pick that up so clearly. And Ketan, your sentence is slightly different. I must complete this by this weekend, XYZ. Right. The moment you use this, I can say very quickly, there is a ownership, there is a pressure. You are operating under some pressure that this has to be done. All right. If this is not done, then there is a certain outcome which you will get, which you don't want. And you are very keen to avoid that negative outcome. And that is the pressure, that is the external pressure for which you want to get this done by the weekend. Let me tell you, internally, the desire, the love, and the passion to do this may not be very strong. It is more out of pressure that you would like to get this done. So let us know, Ketan, how much of this happens to be true for you. Okay, if you are reading, listening, let us know. Right, there you go. So, hope you all understood. We had 4 people, so I actually just did it for 4 of you. But if there was a larger group, we see so many varied kinds of comments. And the point I'm trying to convey here to all of you is that every sentence that comes from your mind is a reflection of what's going on in your mind. And if you can understand just by these sentences how much it is possible to figure out what's going on in somebody's mind, can you now imagine what would happen when you learn this science and you begin to start understanding yourself and your own language, and then changing that language to make it the kind of language that, boom, forces your mind, pushes your mind into super achievement? It's all in your mind, and it's all based on the language that you use to talk to yourself. Similarly, you can use exactly this science to read other people's minds. For example, not only can you use this to read your boss's mind and find out what's the real personality or the cause behind it, you can use it to read profiles and CVs and resumes to understand the personality profile of the person whom you are going to interview and come bring on board. You can use it to even read what's going on in your child's mind and understand what language they need to change to get good results in exams or maintain a positive mindset towards exams or other things in their studies. Now, I don't have a measure of how much value would this be in terms of rupees or in terms of money. Okay, but you can know that the value of this is life changing for you, for your work, for your personal life, right? This is what I wanted to at a high level share with you. Let me go back to my slide deck. Look at this. These are some actual feedbacks from people who have um, used NLP. So if you see here on the left side of the screen, this is about goals achievement. And this is the feedback of somebody who has achieved their goals. And they said, I was amazed to see the actions on the planned action points. I have moved forward to tackle my top constraint and challenge and follow the daily ritual. Right? This is this is the benefit you get when you make a small change in some things in your life through NLP and you start achieving your goals. And on the right side of the screen, I have shown you an exactly different picture, which is from a personal life, where a person says 12 to 13 years of my life, which gave me anxiety, dull or depressed feeling, and very low self esteem, it has got fixed, okay, with the NLP session, right? So if you see, now I have learned to handle situations that earlier seemed difficult to me. And now this seems so small that when I think of it, I just have that smile on my face, knowing that the old hopeless me no longer exists, right? So this is another application of NLP in your personal life. Here is what I would like to show you as a very simple technique for removing negative thoughts. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to just close your eyes. Okay, just close your eyes and think of one self doubt, one negative thought that keeps coming in your mind very frequently, and you keep wondering how to get rid of this, right? So I'll give you a few seconds. Close your eyes and think of one negative thought that keeps coming in your mind and you keep wondering how to get rid of this. Now, play this thought in your mind. Keep playing this thought in your mind. And as you play this thought in your mind, feel that negativity, feel that discomfort that always comes whenever this thought comes in your mind. And now, as you feel that discomfort, notice where in your body are you getting it? Where in your body are you feeling this discomfort? It can be anywhere. It can be in your head. It can be on your chest, shoulder, back, face, eyes, anywhere. Just notice where are you feeling that discomfort. Now imagine in that place in your body where you are feeling this discomfort, you can convert this feeling into an object, a shape, any object that comes to your mind right now. And imagine that object in that place in your body. And as you imagine that object in that place in your body, imagine now you can pull out that object from your body and keep it like 2 feet away from you, in front of you. And now, as you see that object, just answer my questions in your mind. What kind of a shape are you seeing? What is the size of this object? How big is it? Is it very small, medium, or very big? What is the color of this object? Is it one color or is it more than one color? Now look at the surface of this object. Is it shiny or is it rough or is it matte finish? Now focus on this object and repeat the answers. What is the shape you are seeing? What is the size? What is the color? What is the surface looking like? Now focus all your attention on this object. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I say 3, at that very moment, instantly you have to push that object away from you into the sky and make it go so fast that as it goes, it feels like a bullet going away into the sky, and it becomes smaller and smaller and smaller until it is a tiny dot and then it disappears in the sky. Okay, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Push it out. Gone. Really fast. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Push it out. Boom. One. Now even faster, instantly. 1, 2, 3. One. Now open your eyes and try and think of that unwanted negative thought that you used to have. And now notice what are you feeling now? What are you feeling now? And let me know in the chat window as you try to remember that unwanted negative thought. How are you feeling now? Yeah, let me know as you try to think of that thought. Anyone wants to share? Yeah, let's hear from you. Try and remember that thought which you used to have, and how do you now think of it? As you think of it, let's hear from you on the chat window. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Hope I'm audible. Okay, Parag, what's happening as you think of that thought or try to think of that thought? Right. So, Parag, you're saying the feeling is not the same as before, right? And how much time did this process take? It took us only literally 2 or 3 minutes. And it was such a simple process, right? And can you imagine for how many days, weeks, or years you might be having that thought going on in your mind? And how long did it take for us to get you out of it? It was literally 2 minutes or 3 minutes. And I challenge you from here on, try to remember that thought again in the evening, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and let us know whether you still get it or not. And you will see that this change has happened for good. Correct? So, this is just to give you some idea and takeaways from what is NLP. The question really is that as you think about all the different aspects of your life, you are you really repairing yourself? You are carrying so much of garbage since childhood, so much of negative thoughts, so much of fears, so much of procrastination, so much of health issues, so much of relationship issues, so much of negativity going on in your mind. You can, if your car, let me ask you this, if your car was not working properly, if your car's air conditioning was not working properly, what would you do? You would go immediately to the garage and get it repaired. You won't even wait for one day. But you are carrying this garbage for so many years of your life. Are you really keen, prepared, and excited or interested in repairing yourself? Ask yourself. If you are not able to achieve something, then ask yourself how much effort, interest, and energy are you doing to clean up your garbage so that you are unblocked and you can go after your goal? We blame the goal, अरे गोल नहीं मिल रहा है, we blame कि मेरी लाइफ में ये नहीं हो रहा है. बट तुम्हारे लाइफ में जो कचरा है, जो गार्बेज है, उसको क्लीन करने के लिए कितना एफर्ट डाला है आपने, right? And I like to say that, if you want to, do all this, deal with unwanted thoughts, worries, anxieties, unproductive habits, or if you want to have clarity of purpose, improve your focus, creative positive behaviors, then NLP can help you. The question is, are you doing something for it? You have to do something to get something. बहुत सिंपल सेंटेंस है, मगर सबको पता भी है, मगर करते कितने लोग हैं? You have to do something to get something. You have to do something to get out of your financial situation or improve your health or get that success in business or get that confidence, right? If you are just going to sit and wait, you won't achieve anything. But I would just say, in order to get something, you have to do something. And if you want to really do something, we have something to help you. There is a fantastic program, NLP Diploma, which is coming up, a very, very practical program which will have techniques, demonstrations, and actual practical activities on all of these topics, right? How your mind is structuring events and experiences. If you know this, you will know exactly how, why you are behaving in a certain way. Then, how to remove negative thoughts, pain, fears, how to read people and their personalities, how to improve relationships, how to read eyes and read minds, right? The whole power of all these techniques are taught over there. How to build rapport with language and eyes, how to handle confusions, you know, or being stuck in life, or being helpless in different situations, or remove dislike for somebody, how to do that, and specific techniques. Now, if you see all these bullets, you will see all these bullets are about how to. You see, when you go to anybody for help, they will tell you what to do. They will tell you what not to do. But the question will still remain in your mind. ठीक है, you are telling me what to do, but I don't know how to do it. The how to is what NLP teaches you. So with this, we are kind of literally coming to a close of your time, our time. So I'll stop my sharing. I'll pass this on to Yashvi. Yashvi, if you want to add something here in the last, we have 2 3 minutes more about the upcoming program.
Yeah. Hello, hi. Thank you so much for a great session, Amit sir. And it was wonderful having you all on this talk today. So, for our continuous update for such free talks and paid workshops, along with an important announcement, I'll share on the official workshop channel for WhatsApp over the chat box, and also our link and our websites over the chat box. Okay, and also I'm sharing you the feedback link. So I request everyone to share on your feedback about today's session, that how it was and your reviews for the same, so we can improve if anything or pointers needed for our next sessions. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, everybody, for your time. Hope you found this valuable. See you soon. Take care. Bye bye.
Thanks a lot, everyone, once again.